What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are all having an incredible day. I know I am. If you are, be sure to press that like button. All right, I love likes more than I love my CS:GO knife. It's named Logang because I'm a part of the Logang. Hashtag LogangPaulers. But anyways, today we're gonna be telling a pretty crazy story, so be sure to press the like button. Like I said, I hope you guys are all having an absolutely incredible day. No joke, no scam. If you don't like and comment, then I will come to your house with the Logang knife and I will cut some vegetables. That's right. Your vegetables will be no more in one piece. Haha, get pranked. Now, this is a story I found on the internet that I thought was absolutely insane. Like, this is one of those that makes me scared to leave my house at night. It's about fake cops that came and arrested a lady in LA, and no one has seen her since. That's right. They just dressed up as cops, walked up to the house. Ayo, girl, let me get your number. Under arrest, and then she went missing. This is the type of thing that makes me never want to leave my house again. Like, every now and then I'll watch a YouTube video or read a story about a crazy serial killer or some crazy person, and it definitely makes my fear of humanity that much higher, and this one was definitely one of them. So get ready to buckle up and get ready for the wild ride, and without further ado, let's do it. So in the early 1980s, there was these two guys that lived in the Hollywood Hills, you know, right by Ricegum. I was broke, but I'm living in the hills now. You know how it be sometimes when you make it and you want to spend your 1980s YouTube money on a mansion in the hills, right? So whatever, it's the early 80s, everybody's on cocaine, everybody's got big poofy hair, and most importantly, everybody is supposed to be having fun. It's the 80s, nothing bad happened in the 80s, come on, my parents grew up in the 80s and they always tell me how great it is, so nothing bad could ever happen. So whatever, it's Hollywood Hills in the 80s, it's around 9 p.m, it's dark enough where like the sun's down, but it's not so dark where it's 3 in the morning and anybody that knocks on your door is more than likely a serial killer who's just gonna try to do their best to absolutely destroy every shred of safety and dignity that you have left in your body, you know? That's not what most people are going for out here, but you gotta be careful answering the door late at night anyways. So these two guys that live in the Hollywood Hills get a frantic pounding on their door at like 9 p.m, the type of pounding that makes you scared, something like this. Like that's the type of sound that they're getting on their door, just frantic banging, and so obviously they're a little nervous, so they go together and they open the door, and this is what they see. They open the door, and standing there is this girl who's pretty normally dressed with clean clothing, and she's hysterical. She's crying, she's screaming about, there's so much blood, there's so much blood, but like they said, she's dressed pretty normal, and she's pretty clean, so they're like, hey, all right, we'll let her in. So she's telling the story about seeing somebody get stabbed in the street and how, like, oh my gosh, there was so much blood. She's still hysterical. She's not calming down. She's still having a mental breakdown. They have no idea what's going on. So they're trying to calm her down. She's on the couch. They put a blanket on. They're like, hey, calm down, calm down, calm down. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Like, it's okay. Everything's going to be fine. And she's still freaking out, swearing that they're going to come for her, that they saw her see the stabbing, like they're going to come hunt her down. It's a scenario that's not too good for anybody. She's hysterical. She's convinced that she's going to get hunted down by whatever crime she witnessed. And these two guys are sitting in the house like, well, I don't want to get hunted down for a crime that I didn't witness. That's not fun for me. So they're trying to calm her down, and they finally decide that they just need to call the police. Clearly, this girl has a couple screws loose. There's no blood on her. There's no way she actually saw somebody get stabbed. We'll call the police. Clearly, it's a mental issue. They'll come get her. They'll take her home. They'll identify her, and everything will be fine. So she calls the police, or he calls the police. The owner of the house, whoever it is, they didn't really say a gender, calls the police, and it's on recording in LA in the 1980s. They call and say, hey, we have a girl here who's frantic. Here's our address. She apparently saw a stabbing. We don't know what to do. We think she's making it up. Can you send an officer to come get her? We don't want to put her back out on the street because we don't think she'd be safe, but can someone come get her? Like, it's on recording in the 80s that they called 911 and said these words, right? Like, on recording, verifiable that they called 911. The police officers got this call. So, whatever, basically, the guys are just sitting there. They're waiting for the police to come. The girl finally starts to calm down, and she's like, oh, okay, I'll go with the police. They'll take me home. They'll make sure I'm safe. Everything is going to work out. Everything's going to be fine. So once she starts calming down, they write down her information. She gives them her address, her name, everything about her. Like, they have all this information on her, and the police have it on file. Like, this is verifiable that they have all the information that she wrote down, the address, everything. So she calms down. She's like, this is where I live, and they're like, all right, we'll call and check up on you tomorrow. And I know you're thinking it's a little weird that they have all this information, but think about it this way. A lady knocks on your door hysterical, claims she saw a stabbing, the cops are coming to get her, and you get her information. That way you can figure out what happened just in case you need to get in contact, just in case the police have to find her, whatever it may be. It's probably a good idea to get her information. So 20 minutes later, the cops come and knock on the door, and they give the information to the police. They're like, oh, here's this person, here's that person, here's that person. They're like, hold on, let me go back to the squad car and call. They walk back to a squad car and call. And keep in mind, this is the LAPD. That's the uniform they're wearing. And they come back and say that she was reported missing by her mother and that she's schizophrenic. And the guys are like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. She's schizophrenic, so she's having delusions. She's seeing things. That's why she's convinced that somebody got stabbed. She's just like having multiple personalities telling her that something's going on. So whatever, she has a mental condition. She lives up the street. They're just going to take her home. These are uniformed officers with a police car. So the guys give the girl to her, and the girl's like, all right, fine. She leaves willingly with these police officers because they're police officers and you don't think that anything is going to happen. So whatever, they think that's the end of it. They go back to hanging out, and around 30 minutes after she leaves, they get another knock on the door. This time, it's two different cops, and they're responding to the call. Like, they're the ones that are coming to say, all right, let's see the missing lady. So they give all the information, and they're like, hey, you guys just picked her up. Two cops already came and picked her up. And they're like, oh, that's weird. Let me go check. So these two cops go back to the squad car and give a call back to the dispatch. There's no computers right now. They have to call and do everything manually. And sure enough, nobody at dispatch has any idea of two cops in the area other than these two. These were the two that they sent to check on the situation, meaning that the other two cops that took the girl were not real. So the cops at this point are curious if these two guys who they came to the house of just like killed the girl and are trying to cover it up. So they asked to search the house, and the guys are like, yeah, of course, absolutely. They search the house up and down. They search the backyard. They check everything. They're like, all right, well, there's nothing here, so we don't know the deal. They send back a crime lab. The FBI comes, not the FBI, but like crime scene comes out to see if there's any blood or anything. There's nothing. So everybody's freaking out. There's radio conversations. They're taking information. They're taking descriptions of the officers. They have no idea how any other cops could have possibly picked her up because every cop was slammed until the last 20 minutes. There's no way anybody could have come to pick her up. And keep in mind, this is the same department. It's not like, LAPD came to get her and then, like LA County PD came later. No, it's the same police department. Their cops did not come get her at all. And keep in mind, this is the girl who claimed that they were going to come find her because she witnessed the stabbing. Isn't that like, dude, I'm getting chills down my spine just thinking about it. Meaning that these people who did this crime or whatever knew where she was, knew that they had called the police, somehow intercepted the police call. Like, that's what's weird too. They called 911, and then 20 minutes later, fake cops show up at your door, ready to go, waited the appropriate amount of time with all the information from the call, but they weren't even cops. We have no idea how in the world they got the information, no idea who gave them the information. All we know is that the girl is now missing. They give her the information. They've checked the house. They know they're not guilty, and now this girl just vanished into thin air with fake police officers. So they give the police all the information, and they go to the girl's house to see if, maybe the police officers just didn't report it. And sure enough, nobody's in the house, and there's signs of a break-in. What, this is so scary, dude. So they go to the girl's house, and it's been broken into and ransacked, and basically anything of value and anything of importance is gone. So this girl goes with these fake cops, and they go to her house to see if she's there, and the house has been ransacked, and there's literally nothing left. Like, everything that was in the house is now gone. And so the police at this point know they have a crime on their hands. They don't know who the fake cops were, how they got any information, how they got the 911 call, how they knew the address, how they knew how to dress. All they know is that this girl is very clearly missing. So they start a missing persons report. They have her name. They contact her family. They contact everybody. Nobody has any idea where she is. She had just poofed into thin air, and ever since the 80s, nobody has seen her since. And if that doesn't make you freaked out, I don't know what will. Fake cops came, kidnapped this girl that apparently witnessed a stabbing and was afraid people were going to come after her, ransacked her apartment, and then she was never seen or heard from again. I don't know if it was the Illuminati or what, but all I know is that is some next level terrifying stuff to think about. That one day you can just be chilling, waiting for the police to come get you. Next thing you know, fake police come and kidnap you. That's gotta be one of the scariest things I've ever heard. But on that note, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the story. If you did, press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think happened, because I want to hear your guys' theories, because I don't really have one, to be honest. Subscribe if you're new, and on that note, I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. I'm out. Peace.